Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the Sony PlayStation 3. In the last video, we prepared some sushi that we would poison and then serve to the guards. In the last video, we caught the sushi, we caught the fish, and then we had to get some poisonous seeds in order to extract the poison and then put it in the sushi. And now we have a mission to play as Bentley. It's finally Bentley's time to shine. But before we do that, there are some things that I want to show off. For instance, there is the Looty Shake, which allows Murray to get more coins when he shakes an enemy. And it also makes it a little easier to get some free enemy loot. We also have some things for other characters, such as the Silent Obliteration. We finally get this early on in the game. This replaces the Stealth Slam, and it works just like it did in Sly 2 and 3. You perform the move, and you silently finish off an enemy from behind. This is definitely one move that I want to get as soon as possible, but I do want to get Bentley's moves first. There's the sleep ammo. Press and hold L2 to select the ammunition that allows Bentley to shoot sleep darts and throw sleep bombs. Why this has to be unlocked when it was available from the start in the last two games, I have no idea. The adrenaline burst. Double tap R1 and you'll boost away from enemies. If you know how this thing works in Sly 2 and 3, you have a good idea of how it works here. And there's the bomb kick, which allows you to press square to kick a live bomb forward. I definitely want to get all of these abilities. And play as Bentley, because he has a job available, Tiger Tail. So, hopefully, this video won't take more than 20 minutes like the last few have. Like the rest of them have, but I have my doubts, as always. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and make some progress here. Newly purchased items can be used in the gadget grid by holding L2 down. By holding L2, you can switch between the explosive ammo and the sleep ammo with either the D-pad or the left stick. And when you let go of L2, you'll exit the gadget grid menu. This is what the gadget grid, which apparently is still in the game, is reduced to. And the yellow meter below Bentley's health, it's only used for a couple of abilities at most. So let's go ahead and switch to the sleep ammo now that we have it. And of course, holding L2 down will enter the gadget grid, as always. And we need to make our way towards where our mission is, and it's right there. And there's the bomb kick. Let's see here. We've already shown off the sleep bombs. And I should be able... About to say, what was that noise? And I have to finish you off. Well, at least I was able to take you down. It should also be mentioned that Penelope's picture is in the lower left-hand corner of Bentley's Binocucom. So we have a little bit of customization for some of these. And if I can do this correctly, just like in the games, you aim the Binocucom at the enemy that you want to hit with a sleep dart. You press R1, you'll fire the sleep dart, and if it hits, they will be put to sleep. And I am just having the worst, most rotten luck as far as the enemies go. And apparently he is firing sleep darts as well. Oh, he's not dead. Well, he soon will be. Alright, let's finally focus on the mission in hand here and get to that marker. Still feels odd just doing this with the right analog stick. But at least if an enemy is put to sleep, even if it's one of the heavies with the flashlights, I can still hit him in one hit and just... I can still finish them off in one hit, which is really nice. Now if I can just get rid of these guys completely. There we go. Alright. We need to get over there, which may seem easier said than done, since we can't really walk on ropes like Sly can, but I'm pretty sure we'll find something. Find some way to get over there, and here we are.
Okay, according to my calculations, this is the optimal location to launch the RC car. With the miniature microphone I installed, it should be a snap to follow El Jefe and see what he's up to. Looks like he's headed for the prison. Time to get rolling. Time to track that tiger. Larry's old chicken hat is going to come in handy too. I just need to remember to press the L2 button to enable the perfect poultry camouflage.
So we have some controls for this thing, if I remember where they are. Well, apparently I can't seem to get them this way. So, we accelerate with X, we reverse with Y, not with Y, but with square, and we honk the horn with circle. As for the other buttons, we can use L2 to use our disguise, we can boost with L1, and we can shoot with R1. This will allow us to get rid of anything that gets in our way, although we can run into the boxes. And of course, we can't do that, though. I never used the shoot during the practice run, so that's why I just had to experiment a little bit right there, and yep, doesn't work. So yeah, L1 for boost, R1 for shoot, and L2 to use the costume. And we need to be quick because we will barely have enough time to do any of this. And the chicken disguise, that will get us past the guards in case we have to move past the flashlights, which we will more than likely have to do.
Penelope was always the RC queen. Oh, Penelope, where are you? I need to stay focused.
Something tells me we'll find out where she is sooner rather than later. We'll see. But as you can tell just by the time in the bottom center, we will barely have enough time to do this. You really can't mess around in these parts.
Even this magnificent prison pales when compared to my new statue fortress.
New statue fortress? That must be where he's hiding out all the time.
Nobody would guess the palace gate switch is actually under the bridge.
You're messing with the wrong turtle, buddy.
And we need to get going. And we ran over a few mice. That'll get us a couple of coins at most. So yeah, don't run into the guards. Don't shoot at them. Don't honk your horn at them. Otherwise you will have a bad time. And why? Well, at least that'll give me a shortcut of some sort. Will it work for me, though? Something tells me it probably won't. It didn't. Yeah, I found it weird Oh. Apparently there was a target in case we wanted to shoot at the mice. And this is where we were supposed to go. I honestly wasn't paying attention to the signs. There are signs with green arrows telling you, hey, go this way. Which, if you follow them, they will take you to where you need to go next. And we should be where we need to be with a few seconds left.
Fishing caves. Good thing I sealed them. My dragon gates are invincible, as long as that lazy guard doesn't get distracted by sushi.
Very interesting. I think we can probably help that guard out.
Even if those fools get to the dragon gates, they'll never figure out the switches are inside the dragon mouths.
Excellent. Keep flapping those big lips, sucker.
And we will need to keep going
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Which way does that tiger go?
in order to follow El Jefe. It should be mentioned that when you're in the skies, you do slow down a little bit.
Now I just need to find that blasted Ryoichi, so I can deliver the package to the boss.
Package? Boss? We need to figure out what's going on in that palace.
Konnichiwa, Jefe-san! Greetings, Madam Geisha.
And this job is now complete. So, now that we have tailed El Jefe, what's going to be next? I wonder. Well, we're going to find out as soon as we make it to the hideout. Well, Sly has a mission called Altitude Sickness, which I will have to play, because that is where I'm going to find some more Sly masks. And we now have something new for Bentley. The shock ammo. This allows Bentley to shoot shock darts and throw shock bombs. Might as well show that off. Definitely want to get Silent Obliteration. And I definitely want to get Looty Shake. And that should hopefully get us everything. Might as well show some stuff off while I can. And even if you don't have a job, you can still play as that character if they don't have anything for the game to want them to do. Which is good because I want to show this off and see how that works and all that. Definitely want to give the shock darts and shock bombs a try. And of course, we get told about the gadget grid again. There's a shock ammo. And that doesn't seem to damage enemies, but it does give them quite a bit of a shock. And I'm pretty sure this is going to hurt. Maybe it's better if I aimed. That's better. Something tells me that if any enemy gets hit by that, they are going to be shocked as well. So different colored bombs are going to have different abilities to them. And of course, different ability bombs have different colors to them. Circular reasoning, I know, but at least you'll be able to tell all of your weapons apart that way. And I might as well run around the geisha costume just to see if I can stomp somebody and see how well the looty shake works. I would like to show that off. Reason I'm doing this with the shock bombs and the looty shake is because we're actually nearing the end of episode 1. Believe it or not. And we can still fight in the geisha costume amazingly. I'm surprised we can do that. Let me see if I can find an enemy. Well, I found an enemy, but that wasn't exactly the enemy encounter I wanted. Let me see if I can try something else. Might as well go ahead and do this to get more money. Well, if I can get up to the roof, that would be great. And you fell into... No, you didn't. And I wanted to get that as well. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get up there that way. What if I were to knock him into the wall? Perfect. Well, that helps. We can finally get some loot out of enemies, but I like to see if I can do this with an enemy that doesn't have a shiny pocket. Or maybe they all will. Well, that just gave us a little bit more health, but not a little bit more health, but a little bit more gold, but that's basically it. I guess it makes it so that you can finally get the items from enemies if they have a shiny pocket. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all it is. Well, at least I managed to show that off with Murray at the very least. So, now that we're done with all that, we might as well play Altitude Sickness. Because, well, that's the last thing for this episode, for this chapter, that the game has for us amazingly. Yeah, we're pretty much at the end, as you're soon going to see. Does ThiefNet still have anything? Still have anything new? No? Okay. Might as well play a Sly then. Why not? And I'm going to get a drink while I can. Still have my diet soda from the day. Still waiting on this load screen. The one load screen out of a million that this game is going to have. Alright. We need to get over to there. Or rather, we need to get up. And yep, we need to get up here. Alright. Let us figure out exactly how we're going to do that. Well, we can climb up this for starters. And there we go.
All right, we have all the intel we need. El Jefe has played dictator for the last time, and it's time to bring him down. First, we need to open those dragon gates. Thanks to Ryuichi's special sushi rolls, the guards are out for the count. Sly, you'll need to gain access to the switches in their mouths. Next, we'll need to open the palace sword gate. However, the bridge is crawling with guards, so we'll need to create a diversion. Murray, you, Sly, and myself will need to distract the guards. Once they're occupied, Ryuichi can make his way under the bridge to the switch and open the gate. Once we get that gate open, there's nothing stopping us from taking the palace and putting El Jefe in his place. Viva la revolucion!
And as you can see, we do have one of these slideshows after all. They're just very holographic and they're few and far between. I kind of miss having them in the middle of episodes, though. Anyway, we need to get the key. And it's from this guy. But this guy apparently seems to fall in and out of sleep. Well, we can still take the key from the guy. And then once we get the key, we're going to hit him with silent obliteration.
Okay, Sly. Use those rollers to open the dragon mouth. You'll find the switches somewhere inside. And don't forget your armor. Something tells me those things have very bad breath.
So, we need to unlock these. Walk on these, or rather run on these. Make sure you hold R1 while you're running on these. And once you get these things opened up, switch to the samurai costume. Line yourself up with the fireball. And then send the fireball back at this thing. This will open up half the gate. Don't worry about the other guards. They're gonna stay asleep for a good while. And now we need to work on the other roller. Once again, easier to do this if you have R1 held. Alright. And we now have that other fireball deflected, which means that we can open this gate and hopefully get to El Jefe with everything that we got from him from the RC car. Once we walk on this marker, there's no turning back, so you better be ready to do this. And so it begins. We go after El Jefe himself in this one mission, which will start as soon as we come out of this loading screen. Well, this seems rather odd. I wonder if we can still see the... Yes, we can. Apparently, this blimp has its own time machine as well. Not sure who's on it or anything, but something tells me we'll find out sooner or later. And by turning back, as soon as you come in, you'll be able to get yourself a slime mask. And I will mark that off, just to know that I got it. We need to hoof it, because time is of the essence here. And there he is.
Cooper! Get them, you fools!
Okay, you all know what to do. Time to kick some butt!
My favorite time of the day!
Let's do this.
So we get to play as Murray on this bridge sequence. And here we'll need to beat up 15 of these rat henchmen if we want to get any further. Since we're fighting alongside Sly and Bentley here, it won't take long to reach that 15. And apparently, Bentley went over the bridge, I guess. Or that was one of the enemies. It's kind of hard to tell. But while we're fighting the enemies, Ryuichi will have to do some focus jumping and some platforming in order to get, well, obviously not down the pit. And that guy seemed to have fallen right off the bridge there. Oh, come on. I am just really messing up badly here. We need to do some focus jumping and some platforming in order to get underneath the bridge and hit that switch that El Jefe mentioned. And of course, you want to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings as you jump from one platform to another, because you do not want to make very long leaps, because if you do, more than likely you will mess said long leaps up. So, let's go ahead and get over here. And there we go. I'm about to say, where do we go next? Once we get over here, we'll be able to run on this roller and open the gate. This one will take a little while longer than the other two that we worked with, but not too much longer. And now, we need to make our way forward.
It's mine. Oh, my cane! Sorry, Cooper. You lose. I need to deliver this puny stick to a new owner.
No! El Jefe's getting away!
Don't worry, Ryuichi. Watch after these two. I'm gonna kick some tiger tail and get your cane back.
And it looks like it's up to Sly. So we need to fire jump our way across where the bridge used to be. And as we approach this bridge, we do want to take a left and get another Sly Mask. Do we get anything for 10? Oh, we get a camo paraglider. I really need to show these off one day. A paraglider with a camouflage pattern. Use it for those top secret flights. Requires purchase a paraglider from ThiefNet to use. Thankfully we have that, but I have yet to show the other paraglider off. I think I'll show off the extras someday. For now, though, I just want to go through this set of doors here. And hopefully face El Jefe.
take off my statue.
Ha! Looks like a real pigeon magnet.
Ah! I hope you can fly like a pigeon, Cooper. Otherwise, you'll never catch me.
We'll see about that.
And it looks like we're going to have the chase after El Jefe some more. Wonderful. Well, we'll be doing that chasing as soon as we get off the loading screen there.
A magnificent likeness, isn't it, Cooper? Almost as handsome as the real thing.
Huh. Yeah. Looks almost big enough to contain your overinflated ego.
Take a nice long look. I want you to remember the one who crushed you.
Looks to me like you've got nowhere left to run, El Jefe. Ready to face me now?
Sticking up for the family, eh, Cooper? Too bad you'll never see any of them again. Oh, Cooper, you've climbed so high, and now you're gonna fall.
And we need to get...
Gotta dodge these fireballs. Get close.
Welcome to your
from one rope to another. Hopefully without getting burned on the way there in order to get to El Jefe.
Bring it on, Cooper.
As long as you just keep moving, you won't get hit by his fireballs. And once we get over there, El Jefe will burn some of the platforms, but as long as we are paying attention, we can jump over the gaps and get to El Jefe.
You know something, Cooper? You're actually starting to annoy me.
Oh, don't worry. I have that effect on all cowardly crime lords. El Jefe. Isn't that Spanish for big baby?
Ah! Enough of these stupid games!
And from here, we need to jump out of the fire ring, and we need to keep running around in the circle in order to avoid this lightning bolt that El Jefe will shoot at us. When you see... Okay. Need to do this first. So when you see El Jefe rear back with the sword, and you see the thunder coming out of it, you want to jump to avoid getting hit by that lightning slash. And when you see El Jefe slash at the ground, that's when you want to switch to samurai armor and deflect the fireball at him. If you send it back at him, you'll stun him. That's when you can switch out of the samurai costume and you can run up to him and hit him. If you're running low on health, or you need health, you'll be able to get some back just by hitting him. And eventually he will push you back. And you don't want to be near him because that will happen. That's what I get for pausing near him. You can block that by wearing the samurai armor. If you're wearing the samurai armor and the flame ring hits you, it won't do anything. It will just have no effect whatsoever. And I should have kept it on there, but that's alright. As for the lightning slashes, he'll do anywhere between 1 to 3 of them, so you just want to be careful what he does, and you just pay attention. And there we go, we managed to stun him again. Of course, you'll eventually knock him down, and you'll have to chase him again. And welcome to Phase 2, where El Jefe is going to have some nasty new attacks. I say as El Jefe and Sly are saying things, you're probably unable to hear them. My apologies. And you want to wear the samurai armor for that. There's no way to jump over that. And he also creates these little lightning balls that scatter across the floor that you have to jump over while avoiding the lightning. And you want to just keep a good distance. That way, you can see the fireballs coming, and you can send them back at him. Now to wear this armor to avoid this again. And now he's going to do the lightning spin along with the lightning orbs again. Once again, I'm going to keep my distance. That way it'll be a little easier. Whoa. It's better to be close to him when you're doing that. That way, it's easier to avoid the lightning when he's spinning around with it. And looks like we're going to have to do this again. Alright, let's pay attention to what we're doing here. And being able to single jump and do this really helps. And you can single jump that too. And we should be able to get to Phase 3 at this point. There we go.
I don't know what's scarier, El Jefe or his lame jokes.
Man, El Jefe is starting to really not like us if he's doing that.
Stop running away.
You've got no chance! You ring-tailed rat!
I have to get Ryoichi's cane back.
And once we get up here, we start Phase 3.
Why won't you quit?
Now, okay. I thought maybe he'd do that other attack. He didn't. Maybe he will now. Or maybe he might do this 3 times. Well, we'll see for sure what he does. I want to see if he does that other lightning attack. There it is. Just stay in one spot, single jump. And this should be the final salvo of cane strikes.
El Jefe was defeated, disgraced, and delivered to the cops. But it was a hollow victory. I'd failed to get back Ryuichi's cane, and we still had no idea who was really behind this whole thing. One thing was for sure, it was somebody powerful enough to have his own private army. We contacted Dimitri for an update on the Thieves Raccoonus, and it looked like Tennessee Kid Cooper needed our help next. That meant we needed to travel back to the 1880s. Luckily, one of the goons that took Ryuichi's cane had dropped what looked like an old sheriff's badge. Bentley had been trying to figure out where it might be from, but now it all made sense. After sampling the badge, Bentley was able to calibrate the time machine. As we prepared to make the jump back to the Old West, I found myself wondering how Carmelita was doing. We arrived in the Wild West, looking for my ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper. A legendary outlaw whose bank robberies were some of the most daring in Cooper lore. When we arrived, it took some time to locate him. But we eventually found him. In prison. His arrest was the handiwork of the local sheriff, who had celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego. We needed to bust Tennessee out of jail. But after some furious calculations, Bentley determined that the best way to do that was from the inside. For the first time in my career, I was going to have to let the law catch me. This could be a real challenge.
And now everything that has happened after we defeated El Jefe makes sense. Apparently, El Jefe was working for somebody. It seemed like we got a glimpse of that person inside of the blimp. Never really got to see them, though. We also failed to get Ryuichi's cane back due to the gas grenades by the private army of rats that we had to fight on the bridge. And throughout the whole game so far. Something tells me we'll definitely be seeing them again. And now, because we have another artifact, in this case an old sheriff's badge, we had to head to the 1880s in order to see what's happening with Tennessee Kid Cooper, who has been mentioned in the first and third games in the series. Tennessee Kid Cooper, who's known for the rail walk and rail slide, is in prison, just like Ryuichi before him. And we need to bust him out too, this time from the inside. At least there's a little bit of variation compared to feudal Japan here. But something tells me we're probably going to have to do this with all of our ancestors if this keeps up. But now that we have more than one or rather more than two time periods to go to, we can go to them with the van. And we might as well do that, because I want to get my hands on the last 3 slime masks. I hope. If I find out that I can get any of them, I will show them off in the next video. So I might as well go ahead and go back. And it says here that Dimitri once used the clockwork tail feathers as counterfeit planing plates. I love the fact that the loading screens, as annoying as they are, will sometimes remind you of certain key points in the stories of the past games. And We are now back in feudal Japan. We can go back whenever we need to get things, such as treasures and slime masks. And that's exactly what we're going to do next time. So let me go ahead and create a new save file for just in case. And from here, we might as well go ahead and call this a video. So join me next time where I show off the last of the slime masks that I can get, assuming I can get any of them. And then it's off to the Old West. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!